like here and now, there are Hathors that will incarnate on the physical realm to work with us. In early Egypt, there are many sculptings of Hathors throughout Egypt at the temples. And again, the Hathors are known as masters of sound and love. And just to a little more about them, that when back in the 90s, oh, and by the way, you asked, is there more information about them? There's a great book out there by a man by the name of Tom Kenyon, and it's the Hathor Material. And it will delve into and give a lot more information about the Hathors. Great book. And Tom is an extraordinary sound healer. And again, the Hathors are known for their sound experience, known as masters of sound and love. In 1999, I took my first group to Egypt. And I've been taking groups to Egypt for 26, going on 27 years now, almost every year. And in 99, that was my first trip over. And I invited a friend of mine from Australia to co-host with me, a man by the name of Alton Camadon. And he taught a practice called the Melchizedek method. He's no longer with us. He died, I believe it was around 2005. He transitioned. Not an old guy. He was like in his 50s at that time, early mid 50s. But anyhow, when I got back home after that first trip, I was invited to go to Canada to do a workshop, and it was a belief system grief workshop. And of course, I incorporate sound into that. And the person that was hosting me said, "Could you add an extra day to the workshop and talk and do something with the Hathors?" And I said, "Sure, love to." Although I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no idea. And I had been working with the Hathors for several years, but never presented something that was all about them. And so shortly after the phone call, a few days went by, and I checked in with my guides and I said, "What am I supposed to do here?" Because I only had 30 days. It was a month that I was to be there. And they began to download all this information, and it was they started coming through. This was the beginnings of holographic sound. They started downloading this information about sound healing and processes of how to apply sound, and it had to do. Here's the thing: holographic sound is a blending of sacred geometry and sound. And through this blend, the sound, through the geometries, the sound is able to open into its multidimensional form. And in that multidimensional form, we're able to hit every level of consciousness. And so nothing unturned, no stone unturned in the work that we're doing. And that's when they began bringing that information through, was at that point. And then from then, it's just continued to evolve year after year after year. They continue bringing in more information, more processes of delivering the sound, which has brought me to creating the teachings that I do now, which is holographic sound healing.